I want Nikon's camera to be a success, but this camera will pass and it will be unremarkable.
We need to go straight in hot with the Nikon Z FC.
Well, come on then, press the Nikon camera news button.
Oh.
Nikon news.
The Nikon Z FC is here, Pete. Are you excited?
Yes.
What was the official name?
It's the Zero Fuss camera by Nikon.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could swap that F for a different word, I suppose, couldn't you?
Well, they're excited about it.
Yeah.
I was saying it's the Zero
anything
camera.
Yes, it is. The retro styled APS-C sized miniature camera with a flippy floppy front facing touchscreen.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it yet, it looks just like Nikon used to look.
Yeah.
When they made cameras for boring photographers.
Oh, sorry. No, what Pete means is that it looks like a 35mm film camera.
Yeah,
it's got that retro styling.
Photographer camera.
Oh dear. Yeah. So we've got the top dials that look like film rewinders that give us the shutter speed, ISO.
Yeah.
An LCD screen for f-stops.
But don't worry, they made that boring as well because they went over the back of it with like an imitation leather kind of finish. So they bored it down a little bit.
So we've got a 20.9 megapixel sensor, kind of standard. Can shoot video, which is the bit we're interested in, at 4K 30, 1080 120. No news on its actual video quality though, so the bit depth or what the color profile is. I do know that you can have N-Log, so they're flat picture.
Do you think
profile.
that they're actually going to release something on that? Because it is a photographer's camera that can shoot video.
But then here's my question, as I was leading up to that. It is a photographer's camera because it's Nikon. $899 is the price. Coming out for full release end of July. Front-facing touchscreen. Nikon. Who is it good for?
The
comments I've seen so far have been angry photographers going, why is there a front-facing touchscreen?
Right, I'll tell you why. What happened at Nikon?
Right.
For those people that are asking all the questions.
Yes.
So if you're in the comment section of everybody's video.
Yeah, including this one. Thanks.
Come here.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Right.
What happened, unfortunately, was there was an R&D meeting at Nikon.
Can I be the guy? One of the guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be the other one across the table. This is what happened in the R&D meeting.
Right, okay.
Right, you know what? We're getting thrashed. People are calling us boring and photographer cameras.
Well, don't worry, Mr. Nikon. I've got an idea. We can throw back to when our cameras were the best and really appeal to those photographers.
I think what we need to produce out of this meeting is a camera like Canon, and we'll make the same mistakes as Canon. No,
that's a bad idea.
No, people like a microphone on-body microphone.
Right.
So we'll put the jack socket in the way of the screen because that's what Canon did. So we'll copy that as well.
Oh.
But we'll make it for everybody that loves Nikon. So we'll make it a little bit boring.
Right. Yeah.
But with 4K.
Good thing is, it will still have the strap rattles on the side. So everyone can hear you coming. I'm a photographer.
And I've seen some really cool YouTube videos. All right, they're about 3 years old now.
Oh.
But they're with people holding their camera at arm's length.
What?
Yes.
What?
And they've got a front-facing screen. So we'll copy all of these things.
And when were these videos published?
2017, 2018.
Ah, okay.
They're all using Canon, and we need that market.
People still doing that? No?
That's the end of the R&D meeting.
Oh. It's finished.
Production starting.
Oh, crikey. Okay, yeah.
So they've dug out an old body.
So what? Yeah, they've got their old like FE 35mm.
Yeah. There's a man downstairs with a briefcase and a tie. In fact, no tie, dicky bow.
And a waistcoat.
Yeah.
With the trouser straps.
Yeah, and he's got a lanyard on.
Yeah.
That he adapted himself from one of the very early camera's straps that he had.
He's got a Nikon camera strap lanyard.
With his ID.
With the rattle. It's just made of rattles.
Just rattles.
Just camera rattles. everyone knows he is Mr.
Anyone
Nikon.
in the comments wondering what happened?
Yeah.
That was the R&D meeting.
So there's a really good point you make, first of all. The front-facing touchscreen, before we touch on who is that for, the camera, hold almighty, the microphone jack is on the same side as the articulating hinge, which we know from Canon cameras of the past is going to be in the way of the screen rotating.
Yeah.
Same with the HDMI and the USB.
You've made this camera for vlogging.
Yeah.
So it needs to be a front-facing screen.
Yeah. And
then if you're vlogging, you need an on-body microphone.
Yeah.
So you're going to put the jack now right in the way of your screen. So where they could have hit the win button, they didn't.
They just put it on the other side.
They just copied what everyone else had done when they did it wrong. And there was no thinking about that at all. There was just, let's repeat the same mistakes. Well, everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll be fine, Dave. Just whack it in there.
Shut up, Dave, with your negativity. Oh, it's in the way.
Yeah.
Just build it. Canon do it. Fine.
And that's exactly what they did. So, okay, great. Front-facing screen.
Front-facing screen.
I don't know anyone that uses that.
An all-aluminium chassis, which is kind of they put that as like a selling feature. Let's be honest, an aluminium chassis in a camera is like saying your tyres are made of rubber. It's like the standard. Under that plastic is an aluminium chassis. But I think they've said it because it looks like it's going to be an all-metal camera, like 35mm metal, like that old Pentax that's on the shelf behind us.
That's it.
But it's not. It's clearly clad in plastic and lots of cheap-looking plastic.
Of it. I hate it when plastic is pretending to be something else.
Yeah, like leather?
Yeah.
Like the back of that camera?
Yeah. There is a but. I was impressed with the price.
Well, yeah, that's the redeeming feature of this. It's only 900 quid new.
You know for certain
it
will take good photos.
Yeah, and do you know, it will probably take all right video as well. For those I would say for those photography enthusiasts that want to take some video snaps. Yeah. It's going to be epic. For 900 quid, epic. You get all of that N-Log in it. So if they want to practice their color grading on their video, that's amazing. But it's definitely not the camera that's going to save Nikon's slow decline. No, they definitely didn't do what I thought they were going to do. And I think we all knew that before the camera was released. Well, yeah, or announced. They've officially got like a leaky bucket of secrets. Yeah, because there were so many leaks before this came out that it must have been intentional. I'd seen the body shape. I knew it was the ZFC. There's all these like terrible secrets. For me, if they had released this camera after the Z9, so they released their flagship, and then everything else cascades from that down. So you got the best that's going to convince professional users to come over, and then from all of those features, you water it down slightly and get lesser and lesser and lesser. That would be the way to do it, because you'll get all the hype, and then you'll get the casual people going, oh yeah, but $5,000's too much for me. And then you go, but you've got the prosumer version that's 2,000, and then you got the casual version that's 900. Yeah, it makes total sense. But they've gone about it from the bottom up. So let's release the entry-level camera and have nothing for them to progress into. I think the price point they've released it at, if you were leaving school, going on to college, and you wanted to do photography, and you came across this in a camera store, you go, no way, I can buy this for my course, what a blag. Yeah. And I can shoot video at home. Although there's loads of other brands that have got probably better offerings at that price point. It's a crowded market. It really is. There's a big issue, and this is just underwhelming. From Nikon, who desperately need a big hitter. Yes, they need a big hitter. And I don't want to see Nikon die, in truth. I want to see them do something really good. This isn't it. It's a bit of a plastic pig
with just looking at how the battery door opens, where the card slots in next to the battery. It's all very cheapy plastic looking. And then you can say, oh, aluminium, magnesium chassis. It doesn't matter. It's what it looks and feels like. And it's reminiscent of those old cameras, but they felt better. And I know that's a time gone by where build quality, there was more time in the product. Now it's like mass production, and a lot is move fast and break things is very much the mantra now. And in a minute there'll be another camera out, and this
but that doesn't.
Forgotten.
If Sony had released this camera, I'd be like, yeah, move fast, break things. Sony just released they stay relevant by constantly releasing cameras.
Yeah,
but Nikon don't.
No,
that's not what Nikon do. They are few and far in between, and the hope being that you buy something at last. That's what all our friends and colleagues that shoot with Nikon still would say about it. It's premium, it's build quality, it's built to last, it's pedigree and heritage. And although they're trying to recreate that with this retro styling, it just feels like it's all style and no substance.
Yeah. Retro, it's all retro style.
Yeah.
And then where the substance comes in is with the sensor, the 4K, the front-facing screen. So they've tried to do like a barn conversion, haven't they? They've taken this, this old thing and then tried to make it super modern with flash screens and LEDs, and that's the sort of theme here. We've got this old pig that we've tried to modernize, and they needed more than that. In a world where there's so many good offerings at the moment.
And I would be less critical of this camera, like I said, if they had released their flagships first, and this was an addition to a lineup, and you go, oh, that's novel, that's kind of cool, I like the retro styling, it's different. It's complementary to the rest of the cameras in their lineup.
But this is the problem. Nikon are still the dinosaur. And we love them because of that heritage. They're the old school. But they will die if they do not change how they do business. And it's what they produce, and it's how they conduct their business. So the stuffy meetings where only a few people get to touch the goods, it doesn't get released to content creators. That's fine, but that's the dinosaur model. That's how things used to be. And you're just going to get left behind, because in the meantime, you've got a select few people getting hands-on and getting to have a look and feel of this. Well, the other companies are going, we'll send you one out. You've got it for a week. And this is the embargo date where you can release your video. And that's why they're saturating the market versus Nikon, who are still working in the old-fashioned way.
Well, I'll just compare it in that analogy in very real terms to something that we've experienced. Panasonic, the Lumix GH5 II, they sent to us 2 weeks ahead of launch. They let us, and didn't critique or want to see what we had said or done with it. They just use it, formulate your own opinion, send it back to us when you're finished. Just make sure you don't tell anyone about it until it's released. That was the only stipulation. You don't see that with Nikon.
And again, it's how they make you feel. So how that the trust that's put onto you. If they started saying, right, and you cannot say that type of thing, it just changes it entirely for me. Why can't I say that? Is it because it is a bit crap? Just
don't open the door. Why not? Just don't, and it'll be fine. Okay, that sounds like it's broken.
Exactly. But it makes you feel totally different about those companies. And because Nikon is very much still a closed shop in the way that they go about their marketing, like content creators aren't as important as they are with other companies who recognize the need for content creators. You kind of think, right, okay, so when do we get hands-on with this? That changes. That changes how I feel about it. But I do worry that it is the kiss of death for them as well.
I hope not, for their sake and for all the Nikon fans, because it's probably the only camera brand that has like a proper tribe.
Yeah, totally.
I think
people will run out to defend it every time we hammer it.
Every time. And I know this is going to get slammed as well, like in the comments.
But you need to understand, and they won't be watching to this point because we've been too negative about it, but you need to understand the reason we are being negative about it is because we care about it.
Yeah.
So I want Nikon's camera to be a success.
Yeah.
But this camera will pass and it will be unremarkable.
That's it in a nutshell. And couldn't put it better myself. It will be forgotten, and a lot of money is going to be wasted on it by Nikon and by potentially by the people who buy it.
Yeah.
But we may get hands on. It may be amazing.
I do want to. I do want to have a proper play with it.
Have my opinion changed.
Because I would love to see that they have something. They have a little sprinkle of something that's different, that's special. And to be able to go, there's hope. To see a trajectory for Nikon. I don't know. Maybe. It's nice that Nikon's actually got something to talk about in the segment, though.
Actually, remember Nikon?
Yeah, I remember Nikon.
Yeah, she did.